Come on. Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm going to try something slightly different in this video and do some voiceovers over just some of the clips. I thought I'd see how that worked and how people liked it, because otherwise it's just going to be more videos of us training at the barn. To start with, this is my dog. She's called Red. She's 4 years old. She's a lurcher and she likes jumping up stuff, as you can see. So this is again another basic training video of us from the barn, basic clips, trying to do some fun stuff, trying to do some new stuff, but I'm going to talk over some of it as well and let you know what was going through my mind, and anything that I think is helpful. Okay, enjoy. Oh, this is Alex's new, well, old, clean carbon mod bike that he had literally just painted the day before and did the most amazing job, but more of that later. So this is one of the kind of things I really like to do warming up, is just find something that's, something that I can sort of do some of the basic stuff on. I say that, but I mean going up to front on 7 pallets or like 44 inches as I'm doing there and side hopping it isn't exactly easy for me. But it was a relatively good feeling day and I was just enjoying hopping around, warming up to do some slightly bigger stuff.
Lovely.
Now, whilst a lot of this may look like stuff that I've done a fair few times before, you're actually not wrong. I mean, I've done loads of these moves, probably dozens of times, and we've only had the barn for under a year now. That's Red, wrapped up in her duvet and stuff. But it's worth saying that mainly what I do is conditioning to try and make sure my body can keep doing these kind of things. Now, this was something slightly different that I thought I'd have a go at by making this T-shaped object go somewhere else. Alex didn't fare too well, as you can see here. But this was me trying to mix some stuff up by riding on something different and making this obstacle slightly different. And this is kind of the theme of this video, is making obstacles different, changing them up a bit so that you can get better at trying different things. So yeah.
I mean, it's got to go.
Another thing that having a space like this is great for is being able to combine obstacles. Now obviously, as you saw earlier in the video, I can get up this cotton reel fairly easily from the ground, but I can make it harder by adding this narrow beam to challenge myself. So I've got to stay really on the straight and narrow before I can actually get up onto the obstacle, even though it's quite a small up to front now that I've had to take off from the beam. But either way, it's fun for me. I won't lie to you, that was not my first attempt at that move that day.
Did not even tap that hard. Disappointing.
Please bear in mind we don't actually pay anything for this barn yet. And that is why. Whoa. So this is the main part of the video that I actually wanted to give a voiceover to, as it's about how you can adjust obstacles to improve your riding. Now what I'm going for here is about 49-inch side hop, and I have done this before, and in fact I've done bigger side hops than this before, but for some reason, as you can see here, I was having a go at it and there were sometimes I just couldn't even kick to try and get up it. And what this is my brain was just not connecting with my body because I hadn't sort of warmed both of them up to work in unison together. Now I, alongside riding bikes, actually have a diploma in counselling and psychotherapy, so we talk a lot about the connection between mind, body, soul and emotions, and in sports what's particularly important is the connection between your mind and your body. And what I realised I had to do, or what I found I had to do by doing this, was I put this bit of plywood down, had another go at like a 1-inch smaller side hop, which as you can see I bounced straight up quite comfortably. I had to have a few more goes at it actually, and I didn't quite make all of them, perfectly. That one was pretty nice, but what I was just doing, even though with a lot of these side hops I didn't actually make it properly, and a lot of them, I on-offed like that one, but what I was just doing was just drilling this a few more times over and over, getting that conditioning in so that I could feel good about just jumping and bending the parts of my body that needed to bend. Because up to a certain height, up to about, I'd say 47 or 48 inches, I can pretty much, without even warming up, just get on it and do it. But above that, to push myself that bit further, I needed to find a way to make it a bit smaller, just so that I could get the conditioning in, and then remove the bit of plywood, as you can see myself doing here. And as you can see, the results are pretty amazing. I don't know if I made this first one. Well, actually, yes, I think I did. Got 2 tyres straight to it, literally first time, 49 inches, straight up that. And I just could not do that earlier. And I tried it a few more times, and again, conditioned myself again, and didn't make every one of them, but I was at least really properly kicking at it this time. Because there were so many attempts I had before where I just couldn't bring myself to actually jump and kick, because my mind, like when you're climbing up, as you can see there, I was quite a bit over that one actually, significantly over it, considering I couldn't even get my back wheel to it earlier. So like I say, your mind, when you're climbing on something big, the exposure is something that's quite scary. And to show you how much this actually had an effect, I actually put the plywood back but turned that board around, and there's another board on top of that. So this is now 50 inches, my personal best, and started having a go at it. And it only took me 4 or 5 goes, I think, before I managed to get up it, which I'm pretty happy with. So this should hopefully demonstrate to you guys how basically making an obstacle actually smaller by using something like a plank or a bit of plywood or anything you've got around that can make the takeoff a bit higher can actually help you jump up bigger things, despite the fact what you were doing was making the obstacle smaller. And in the meantime, as you can see over here, Alex Dark was actually doing the sort of opposite, but making one of his obstacles a bit bigger by propping stuff underneath it. So it went from being a 37-inch box to about a 41-inch box, and being able to make these incremental differences, because sometimes you find you've got a wall that's 40 inches and then the next wall is 45 inches, but what you really need is one that's 43 inches so that you can get better at that one and work your way up to it, rather than making great big jumps between each skill level. Being able to make little steps is what will make you a progressively better rider.
Perfect.
Yes, it's a bit bizarre, but it makes sense when you ride it.
And then towards the end of the night, Alex let me have a go on his mod bike, which made me want to buy Alex's mod bike. Thank you for watching this today, guys. Really hope you all enjoyed it, and if you'd like to see more from Cornwall Bike Trials, please subscribe. Let us know in the comments below what you liked about this video, and we will see you all next time.
Thank you.